wondered what was out there in the night sky, stared up at the stars in the hopes of seeing something out of the ordinary? Have you heard unexplainable noises coming from a vacant room, or watched a shadow cross the wall in front of you? Have you asked yourself if there is life after this one, or if you had life before? What about strange creatures that are mythical and elusive? Have you experienced deja vu or felt a prompting to leave because you felt you were in danger? If you have, you were on the fringe.
Welcome to another episode of On the Fringe. I'm Mark.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Jess.
Yay! And together...
We did that really well.
Yeah, it's almost like we've done it before. So, I mean, I want everybody to not get too used to these old intros. I'm working on new ones. If anybody has any software that they really like for putting these things together, you can drop me a line because I don't have a lot of practice at it.
Intros?
Yes. I have rounded up some great music. So that's going to be a good plus. I've shanghaied a friend doing some voiceover work. I've just got to put the video together and lay all the audio tracks, and we should be good.
Nice. Nice.
So we'll see how all that
anybody,
works.
I can help you.
Aww.
I'm not the greatest at it.
I am not an arty person. I can write. But
You're not artsy fartsy?
I'm not artsy fartsy. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I can help you.
I'll stick to what I know.
Yeah. Not saying I'm the best at it, but I can take a stab at it. I did ours.
Well, I was thinking about trying one of the new AI platforms. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Or one of the video things that I've used in the past now has its own AI. May try that. I don't know. We'll find out.
I just built mine in Canva.
I can put it together. I need something to go through and fix my mistakes because there'll be a few. Mostly spelling.
Oh, I'm an editor.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't worry if I butcher your language because I butcher my own too. That's all I got to say.
That's funny.
All right. Well, tonight's episode, we titled it Global Hotspots, Unraveling High Strangeness. I don't think there's going to be a lot of unraveling because it just keeps raveling itself up more, I think. But there are so many weird and wonderful and sometimes frightening places around the world. And we're going to talk about some of them. If we run out of time, we're probably going to do a part 2. There is just so much weirdness in the world. I don't know if we'll ever run out. So
I was like, I didn't have a lot of time to do anything tonight. And then these two start saying all the places they found. And I was like, oh, okay, we're gold. And I have a few that they didn't have too. So, yeah, I'm sure we have at least part 2.
Oh, I'm sure maybe a part 3. It's crazy town out there.
Yeah.
It's great.
So, where would you guys like to start? Would you like to start in the United States? You want to start with a big one or end with a big one?
Whatever you want to do. Why don't we'll just take some turns and then
Surprises.
Don't worry about Pam because she doesn't have quite as many as we do. But It's what I told them. I literally just pulled a stack of notebooks out, flipped through them, and tagged every area of High Strangeness. They're all places we've all talked about before. So Pam will have no problem chiming in on all of these places.
Yeah.
Well,
We've
I mean,
done
we
them on
can,
all the different
we can
podcasts,
start with a big one. Let's start with a big one here in the United States. Skinwalker Ranch in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Utah, America.
In fact, the whole Uinta Basin.
Yeah.
For that matter.
It's crazy town there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, You've got Blind Frog Ranch right there beside it. Where's Bradshaw Ranch in
Bradshaw's in Sedona.
Oh, so it's in Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, so that's actually, in my opinion, I think Bradshaw is far cooler.
Yeah.
I think that Skinwalker Ranch is its, sad little cousin, basically.
Skinwalker Ranch just had some big bucks behind it, I think.
Skinwalker Ranch has a lot of hype.
It does.
It's had a bunch of books. It's had TV
Not
shows.
to say it doesn't have cool stuff happening, because it does.
It does. And there is some creepy ass shit that I do not want anything to do with.
100%.
I'm not gonna lie. Pardon my French. It's cray cray.
It is cray.
Yeah. So if you've been under a rock for a while, if you don't know what happens at Skinwalker Ranch, it's everything that you can think of. They have not only UFO and alien encounters, they also have crazy light anomalies. They have strange frequencies, which I guess we could have probably mentioned on the whole frequency one that we did. There's a strange frequency that runs through there. Portals and vortexes.
That weird animals.
Cryptids. Yeah. I mean, it's got the whole 9 yards right there.
Giant dogman wolves.
Cattle mutilations.
Yep. Flying boxes, which we're going to talk about a lot tonight.
Yes. Which is really weird.
Yeah. Men in Black. Black helicopters coming through. Some of my favorite stuff is the stuff that they don't really even touch on the original family that was on the ranch before it kind of went mainstream. They had issues with their basic tools and everyday household things going missing, and then they'd find it in trees later on.
Like really weird places.
Yeah.
On the other side of the ranch.
Right on out.
I would too.
Yeah.
Did you see Enzo's comment? He said Skinwalker Ranch has it all. I think the Caney area is better, though. I agree. We've got
I think it's a little less violent.
Stuff. Yeah.
We've got lots of interesting stuff going on, though.
We do.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about, I mean, we've got a 10-minute drive. We could go, if we went every night, at least 4 of those nights, we would see UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10-minute drive.
Yeah. Within like a 5-minute drive, how many of us have had time slips? And
right. Yeah. That's a 5-minute drive from here.
Yeah.
Cryptid encounters.
That same area is full of cryptids. We've got time
encounters right out there, too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The same sort of stuff you see at Skinwalker, without the Skinwalkers and, giant wolves and whatnot.
Yeah.
Skinwalker.
We had the frogman thing in Cheyenne Creek, though.
Yeah, we had a frogman.
Enzo said, definite poltergeist activity from the original family at Skinwalker Ranch. Put away all the groceries, walk out, and they're all back in their bags again. Yeah, that's freaky.
Yeah, it'd be time to nope right on out.
Yeah.
All sorts of strangeness. One of my favorite ones from Skinwalker, and you can read it in the original Skinwalker book, and it's been retold over and over again. At one point, they had a few cattle locked up together in this corral and overnight, and when they came out in the morning, they were missing. They couldn't figure out where they went. And come to find out, they had been stuffed into the shed right by the corral, a shed that was still completely locked from the outside, and they, of course, had destroyed the inside of it trying to get out. And in the process of getting the shed unlocked and trying to get them out, they realized that the entire enclosure and the shed itself had become extraordinarily magnetized. All the tools that they brought in to pick the locks with would stick to the shed from because it was so magnetized.
That's wild.
That is crazy.
It definitely has every right to be called as crazy as it is.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely does. There's electromagnetic claims.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. They had the reality TV show, which basically was everything that was in the book. Some of that stuff was dramatized.
It was. And you just need to remember that, which all of us know here, and I think everybody in the chat knows too, but reality TV is not real. I mean, it's all dramatized. It has to be because how are
You're
you
not
going
going
to
to catch
make,
all the crap.
yeah, how are you going to make a story that's going to keep people coming back every week if you don't have a beginning, a middle, and an end? Some kind of, some
Right.
kind
And they honestly, nothing on there was made up.
no, but I think
The
it was
fact that they were seeing it in
overhyped. Some of it was.
Yeah.
because they were going through the claims in the book.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you didn't watch the series, don't worry about it. Just go and get the book off of Amazon, because you're going to get the full stories and you're going to get them 10 times better with more information. Because they literally, and it's sad to say they did it because they kept saying, oh, it's happening right now. But they literally took those same stories from the original book, like dramatized them and re-showed them to you, to the people at home, in a way that made it look like it was happening right then and there.
It made it entertaining, and that's what it was. It was entertainment. It did bring a lot of exposure to the ranch that I think it rightfully deserves. But it's one of those things, like, I don't watch the dramatized ghost shows where, we saw this and they go through. No. I mean,
Ian, you popped it down, but just for everybody that's listening, that's not watching, Skinwalker Ranch was ruined for me by the recent-ish TV program, turned it into a silly Oak Island nonsense. It did.
It did.
It really did.
Over-dramatized, unfortunately.
There's an anomaly in the mesa.
I hate to tell them this, like, everybody who's into the paranormal knows about Skinwalker Ranch, and I think they would have been successful if they had just put up 360 cameras everywhere and opened it up for live broadcast once a week for an hour. We would have all been glued to our screens just waiting.
They wouldn't have had to pay anybody, because you would have had volunteers all over the world with their eyes literally glued to the monitors. They would have noticed.
Yeah.
They would have found stuff.
I can guarantee you they had producers saying, you've got to give me solid storylines or we're not moving forward with this.
And I totally get that. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Was it dramatized? Yes. Was it made up? Not so much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
No.
They did get the
Amazing
information
place.
out there in a form most people could understand.
Yeah.
Izzo said they do have cameras like that. You can watch them now for a price. So it's
price.
Pay to play.
Yeah.
I'm a po' boy.
Yeah.
I have a very expensive hobby that we're all enjoying right now.
Besides that, we have our own Skinwalker Ranch just right here outside of town.
Yeah, we surely
can go
do.
visit anytime we want for free.
The Caney area really is, and we'll bring it up throughout the show. We've got all kinds of crap.
We do.
Right here. We live here.
One of the bigger cryptid guys in the area, that's actually a good friend of ours, when we told him that we had, some Bigfoot sightings and cryptids, and I'd send them over to him, and he was like, oh, okay. And he was like, how many do you have? And I was like, oh, I don't know, like 20 or so. He's like, oh, okay. And then he gets them, and he's immediately calling me, oh my God, you have like 20 here. Yeah, I know. It's what we told you. And he's like, but you really have them. I know. And that's Enzo. He likes to say this when he first came out, and he thought that it was cool that we had these sightings, and then he found out that no, it was just like last week. It wasn't 30 years ago.
Yeah.
We have those too, but we had some just recent too.
When Enzo, when you get the Enzo van out and operational, I've got a couple places for you to park it.
Awesome.
We do. We really do. And I saw, I'll have to admit, I watched a Josh Gates the other day, where they were over at one of the sites that we've got here, and they had a trailer that I know Enzo would have gone totally ape for.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's
It had
awesome.
radar, the whole 9 yards. It was pretty awesome.
You're like an Inspector Gadget van?
It pretty much was. It was an Inspector Gadget RV trailer.
Do you guys remember my expedition when we used it for storm chasing, and it had the whole antenna field on top of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It had like 12 antennas on top of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not a geek.
He's ready. Needs 48 hours of non-rainy forecast to install the AC unit.
Ooh,
There's-
yeah.
I
One
have
would
like
go-
2 painting jobs I've yet to finish because it won't quit raining.
I understand. So
Hopefully.
Oh well.
Everybody's pretty much familiar with Skinwalker. I'm not going to beat it to death.
It's a
Like I
good
said,
one.
a lot of the people, most of the people who are listening or watching this, they've read the book or watched the show.
Yeah.
And if you've done one, you've done the other, and that's good. They've done a pretty good job of documenting things.
Mhm.
Uh,
have, yeah.
You want to? One of you girls have one you want to share next?
Well, we'll just skip over to Bradshaw because we already started to kind of touch on
All right,
it.
let's talk about Bradshaw.
Bradshaw, which is very big and well known in the paranormal fields, but it doesn't have that shiny bright light on it like Skinwalker does, and I think it actually deserves it a little bit more. Bradshaw is a bit older, and it's got even crazier stuff happening at it. And on top of that, if you want to go and see Bradshaw Ranch, you totally can. They have tours there year round. You can go out on 4-wheelers, and they take you out all over the ranch and show you what's happened where, and you can go out for evening ones and watch for the UFOs to come in. It's a really cool spot. So Bradshaw Ranch itself, besides the stuff that it's got going on at Skinwalker, it also has, of course, the UFOs and the cattle mutilations it has vortexes and portals. It has the flying boxes, just like Skinwalker does. The interesting thing about Bradshaw is it goes even a step further, and they have Men in Black issues. They have entire fleets of black helicopters that will come right over the ranch and disappear right above you.
Which is freaky. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They also have
they're using
issues
the
with
portal to another world.
they also have issues with just regular airplanes coming over, like commercial airplanes flights coming over. You can watch it come over, they said, sometimes, and sometimes it will just disappear in the sky right over the top of you, as if something shifted or there was some kind of a portal there and
Like
it
a
flew
wrinkle
through
or
it.
something that it went through. Huh.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also a place of high paranormal activity, which Skinwalker doesn't really have. They have a little bit here and there. I think it's more like, like the missing poltergeisty stuff, but Bradshaw has full-on shadow people and all sorts of hauntings that go on there. And then on top of that, it's also one of the huge places for missing 411.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bradshaw also has that really weird, strange sound frequency that they found over at Skinwalker. And they find this frequency a lot in these high strangeness places, these window areas. So
that brings up something that we've talked about before. Wouldn't it be interesting to play some of these sounds and see if they affect the environment?
Well, they do. So this particular frequency that they have found at both of the ranches and some other places is a frequency mostly used when we make our horror films.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's the frequency you don't hear behind that scary when the music drops out and the theater's quiet and all of a sudden your heart starts pounding for no reason and you think it's because, oh, I'm getting ready for whatever jump scare they're getting ready to have. They're actually pumping that frequency through the speakers. You can't hear it with your own ears.
We're going to try it. I have a
Uh-oh.
frequency generator.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
We'll get us a big speaker and we'll blast this stuff. It's
That'll
more
make the hair on the back of your neck stand up for sure.
We can try it. I have the technology.
Makes me think of the $6 million man. How was
I
that?
was just thinking that. Yes, we can rebuild him.
Yes.
Well, we have the $6 million Pam.
Oh, no, shit. I'm getting there. Oh, my God. Sorry. No joke.
Like, it'll be all right. So
You'll
the
have to show
Bradshaw
everybody
Ranch.
your leg later.
Oh,
It's
I'll
cool.
show it
She's
right
gonna
now.
whip it off right now.
He's gonna take the leg off and beat me with it.
Through the
It's really
screen.
cool.
See?
Yay! That's her T-shirt from the Haunted Objects podcast.
They
Yeah.
turned it into a leg cover.
It's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Laminated right on there.
And we went to see Haunted Objects Live a few weeks ago and got to show it off to the people that made the T-shirts. So they thought it was cool.
Now that we've gone down that rabbit hole,
Now that Pam took her leg off,
she's threatening
Okay.
to show Alias all with it.
Oh my goodness.
it's a good show when Pam's leg comes off.
There you go.
Before we leave Bradshaw Ranch, I'm just going to make note the entire Sedona area, which is where Bradshaw Ranch is located, is a high strangeness area.
That
They
whole
have
valley.
everything there. A lot of UFO activity.
Enzo says we need a bionic sound effect for Pam now. We do. I'm going to speak to it. I will load it on my soundboard and we will use it.
Can you imagine next time I try to go through the airport? It's going to set everything off. I mean, my leg did anyway, but now I'm full of metal too. So
Oh, yeah, there you go. All right. So, you got one, Pam, or you want me to go?
go ahead. Actually,
All right, I'm going to talk about one I was talking about earlier. Hessdalen Valley, Norway. Have y'all heard of that?
No.
I have not.
Okay, so it's just south of the Arctic Circle. I mean, we're talking this is basically the Arctic. It is freaking cold. It has some almost every night you can go out there and see light anomalies and UFOs and all kinds of weird stuff. It's in central Norway, has reports of unusual light stretching back very, very far in the past, like the 1600s. Best known wave surged in the early 80s, and sightings reportedly became frequent enough to attract organized investigation. They actually have scientists based there studying it full time. They have a big lab on top of a hill that overlooks the valley. They watch it with cameras, radar. They track airline flights. They've got it all. If there's a piece of equipment that you think would be useful for studying UFOs, it's probably up there at this building.
Cool.
So they study it. There's several groups there that's been studying it for years. It really is. It is one of the few of these sites that we're going to talk about that is being heavily researched by the mainstream science folks and the not so mainstream science folks. But I mean, they're taking it very seriously. Lots of money is being spent. It is not some half-cocked research setup. So they've got an automatic measurement station that they put up in 1998. The group says lights are still observed, though less often than during the peak period, but it's still every week. There's something sighted every week, sometimes every couple days. Witness descriptions often mention white, yellow, or red lights that can hover, move slowly, appear low in the valley, or show abrupt shifts in speed, forward, back, up, down. 1984 technical report grouped the sightings into several categories, including white and blue flashes, yellow, white lights that could remain stationary for extended periods or move along the valley. That reoccurring structure is part of what makes Hessdalen so compelling. So they're thinking, because the whole valley is full of all sorts of metal, mines and whatnot, and it's got the river right there that goes through it that's full of sulfur. And of course, it's up north, and there's a lot of exposure to ionizing radiation, the northern lights. So they think the main theory that they've got is that this is being caused by some sort of interaction with basically the metals creating a circuit with the ionizing radiation causing some sort of effect. They're not sure how that works because some of these objects look like they might be plasma. Okay, so I buy that. Some of them appear to be solid. And then there's the giants. Yes, giants. There have been giant sightings
everywhere
in Hesselveen. So let me see. I've got the silent giant residents, Ajay, and sorry if I'm going to brutalize these names. I can't help it. And
it wouldn't be the fringe if you didn't.
Root Mari Mo described a burning fireball that emerged from the clouds, halted perfectly still in front of a cloud of 40 people, and then drifted away without making a single sound. But there's also been creatures, very tall creatures, seen like crossing roads, but they're tall and skinny. They're not like hairy men.
They're more like Slenderman. Skinny?
No, it really doesn't.
That bad?
They look, like a creature that probably exists. They're just tall and thin. I thought I got a better story about the. Nobody really wants to talk about it because they are taking the research there so seriously. They don't want to talk about the giants.
Yeah. That's cool, but they're keeping a good lid on it. I've never heard of it. That doesn't mean
they have laser responses. They've shined lasers at these lights and got responses from them. Exactly what we tell people not to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. You should look into it. There's been several. It's been covered on several TV shows.
NBA bench warmers.
I mean, it's something to check into. It really is, because this is being researched seriously. Like I say, but they are technically UFOs. Whether they're plasma, whether it's natural, or whether it's artificial, there's evidence that suggests it could be either or both.
Yeah.
So check it out. It's real. It's happening all the time. There's all kinds of videos, all kinds of pictures.
Cool.
So that's mine for that one.
That's a fun one. Ian, I'm tall and skinny, but don't hang around near Arctic conditions. Well, that's good.
That's probably why you don't. You're tall and skinny. I wouldn't imagine you could produce enough body heat for a long period of time.
I'm short and fat, and I don't hang around Arctic conditions either. I mean, I'm short, fat, and bald.
Oh boy.
Oh, but I totally understand, Ian. Nobody wants to hang around the Arctic.
No.
Apparently, the people in Hesselveen do, but
Yeah, but they're crazy.
Yeah.
no, it is really cool. They've got one of the largest Christmas markets in Europe. I guess it's really something to go see. So, I mean,
I'm good. It's too cold.
why not?
Y'all, it is. What's the temperature out today? And I'm in a hoodie. I would die if I went somewhere cold.
Well, I mean, if we took you to Hesselveen, we'd have to wrap you in bubble wrap, so you'd be plenty warm.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
You're
make
right.
it through the airport to get there. I'd set off every bell and whistle.
All right. Next on the agenda, we got.
Do you want to do one, Pam? Or
Yeah,
you
I
want
can
us
do
to-
one. I'll throw one in there. The Isle of Skye in Scotland.
Okay.
This is a fun one. it's kind of a window area. There's so much that goes on there. You've got, you know, folklore of the fae and spirits, and so many people that claim second sight in their family lineage. And then on top of that, there's also modern sightings of apparitions and anomalous lights. So it's a really cool place. Now, you're talking about somewhere that you want to go. This is where I want to go. My family's from there too. I'm McLeod, back through a few generations. I think three generations back. I'm McLeod. Great grandparents. So there's like areas that are like fey contact zones, you could almost call them. There's like the fairy pools and the fairy glen, and the fairy pools, they sit at the foot of the Black Colin Mountains, and local lore says that they're inhabited by these mischievous but powerful fey beings. And according to the myth, you know, the pools were formed by the tears of a fairy that was mourning her lost love, which you hear a lot of that, you know, in places like this. But visitors still leave offerings there in hopes of beauty or good fortune coming their way. But the water itself is said to pull at certain people, and there's an old belief that the fae are trying to lure sensitive humans closer. And then you've got the fairy glen. It's a landscape that kind of looks like it was engineered by something non-human. There's spiral mounds, there's conical hills, and there's stone circles that appear and disappear. And the locals warn against rearranging the stones. Don't mess with them, because if you do, you are said to being inviting attention, and that is, nobody wants the attention of the fae if you don't have to get it. And Isle of Skye also has the Old Man of Store, which is the giant. Here we go with the giants again. A giant that was turned to stone. There's like this towering pinnacle, and it's known as the Old Man of Store. It's tied to multiple legends, including giants that were once said to have roamed Skye. One tale says that this is an old man that was a giant who died of grief and was petrified by the land itself. But another one claims that the formation, it's a actual marker that was left by ancient non-human beings. So it's kind of a territorial boundary thing. But the store is also, it's a hot spot for strange lights in the mist. You've got shadow figures seen climbing the rocks. And then you've got sudden silence that just falls over, which is like a classic fae environmental kind of cue. You definitely hear about that a lot when it comes to fae encounters. But if you also need to remember that the Isle of Skye was also inhabited by the Norse. So you've got Norse ghosts and revenants. You've got one that's called Saucy Mary. Got the Viking imprint there itself, which Saucy Mary, she's a Norwegian princess who married into the Clan MacKinnon and is said to have collected tolls from ships by lowering a chain across the strait, and that she flashed at passing sailors as a gesture of goodwill, and that she has been buried at the top of, and I'm going to terribly tear this up, but Being Kalik, so she could feel the wind from her homeland, is the reason she wanted to be there. But her burial site is considered a liminal grave. It's exposed to the elements, and it's a place where people do report seeing female figures in the mist, and it's a location where compasses behave erratically, which is something we also see around here. You know, if you pull out a compass in some of the places that we talk about, they don't always act like they should. And you've got the Colin Mountains. It's a geologic engine of strangeness kind of thing. There's jagged volcanic peaks, and they generate rapid fog banks. There's like sudden temperature drops. There's a lot of optical illusions and disorientation that's affiliated with all of this. And so these conditions, they historically feed into the stories of like shape-shifting beings. You've got your phantom armies. You've got travelers who vanish into the mist and then reappear miles away, which sounds like a missing 411 kind of thing. And then you've got water monsters off the Isle of Skye too, and your ancient beasts. You know, Loch Ness gets all the fame, but Skye has its own aquatic lore. nearby Inverness. It's connected culturally and historically to Skye itself, but it holds the earliest recorded water monster encounter, which is really cool. St. Columba was driving away a creature in the River Ness in AD 580. So that's kind of cool. And, so this ties Skye into the Pan Highland Network kind of water cryptid thing. And that suggests that there might be shared migratory waterways, or a single species with multiple regional sightings, or a folklore archetype that manifests differently depending on the witness, which is an interesting way to look at it. And that's a show that we need to do sometime, is on archetypes. Actually, let's write that down, because
whichever. I'm in. If you guys decided to do it on yours, I'm in. Or if you want to do it on this one, I mean, I'm in. I'm in it 100%.
Look at that. Pam's already adding on to our list.
I am. I know.
Our list is so long.
It is terribly long. We've got next year's figured out too, let alone this year's. And Isle of Skye, it also has UFOs and aerial phenomena over the Highlands. You've got orange orbs that have been photographed over Inverness in 2008. You've got lights that move against the wind, and you've got silent formations that show up. And Skye's really remote, and there's a really low light pollution, so it makes it like a perfect observation zone. And then you've also got haunted sites and residual energy. You've got Castle Stewart, which is got a poltergeist-like activity from a entity called Big Angus. You've got Eden Court Theater, which is a green-hued hostly woman and a child apparition. And then you've got Aleister Crowley's bed, which is the name at Stedding's Hotel. It's got shaking and cold spots and sleep disturbances and things. So really cool place. That is top of my bucket list if I can ever get over that way. Absolutely heading to the Isle of Skye. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Pardon me, I missed my distemper shot.
Oh my.
Sorry. I had to log off there and sneeze for a little bit.
Oh. We missed that
know what you were talking about.
I felt it coming, so I hit the mic button. It's like, this is going to be bad.
Oh. I didn't catch it. You made me nervous there, Bannon.
Too funny.
Okay. Moving on. I thought before we move on with the stuff, we might really quick. We do this over on Strange. We do the word of the week so people know what we're talking about. But I realized we never really talked about what high strangeness is or what window areas are, and we might discuss that a little bit.
That's a good idea.
Both of them are kind of extraordinary how they came about. High Strangeness was actually coined by J. Allen Hynek when he was coming up with the Close Encounters scale. The scale that we all know now, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, or, blah, 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 blah.
Second, third.
Yeah, High Strangeness was coined by him to describe this weird crap that was coming up in their normal UFO sightings and their encounter sightings. They would have suddenly, all of these other strange things happen. A Bigfoot would happen to be there at the same time, or, someone would disappear, or ghosts and stuff along that seemed to coincide or be a part of this experience with the UFO. And so he coined the term high strangeness, and there's an encounter scale that goes along with how much high strangeness is going along with it. There's several different scales that he's done. Check out, I can't remember the name of the book that he did that was just based on that. I have it. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah. Look up J. Allen Hynek. You'll find it. If just put in Close Encounters, and it'll pull up the book that has it. Super interesting. In fact, I've got it down. It's also another show that Pam and I fully intend to do one of these days to discuss how they came up with the scales. So, really interesting. Yeah. Window areas, on the other hand, was coined by our very favorite John Keel. And window areas are just slightly different. They're the same idea as a area of high strangeness, only John Keel really firmly believed in like the multi-dimension aspect or other worlds type scenario. And he really believed in like the portal type situation, and he believed that window areas were areas where things like that from other places or other times or other dimensions could easily slip through into ours, and it's kind of a doorway area where they would pass back and forth. So his is window areas, but it's really kind of all in the same.
Like where the veil is thinned out or whatever.
Yeah.
How they used to put it.
Yeah.
The veil is thin. Beware.
Yep.
Yeah. Where J. Allen Hynek was kind of like, I don't understand what all this other crap is that's happening at the same time as my UFO stuff, but it's happening so much, I have to have a way to kind of define it. Whereas Keel was all about it, and he was like, hey, I'm pretty sure this is where all my cool stuff's slipping through at. So you get kind of two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Right. One more scientific and one a little more.
Yeah.
I don't know what the word I would use for that.
I don't know either. Fringy.
Fringy, yes.
It's a great word.
Like the show.
But Jess is right. You know, there is some criteria that go along with what counts as actual high strangeness zones. You've got clusters of independent reports over 3 or more years. You've got multimodal evidence like your visual, your radar, your EMI, your IR, your magnometer stuff. You've got your institutional attentions, which is the government, the military, academic getting in on it. And then your archivable documentation, like she was talking about. You've got your official reports. You've got your data sets. So if you take all of that, that's kind of what has gotten the more well-known high areas of strangeness to be known, is they've had all that going on. Enzo found it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The UFO Experience, a Scientific Inquiry. Nice.
Yeah. Really great book. If you're interested in UFOs and high strangeness whatsoever, pick it up. I mean, just to understand the classification system itself, it's fantastic because he's the one that invented it. So you get to see it firsthand, how he came up with it and how he did all the classifications and stuff. It's really interesting. All right, is it my turn? Am I going to do the next one?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to do the Superstition Mountains. Yay! Not everybody realizes what a big high strangeness place it is. They just automatically think of like the Dutchman's Gold. But there's so much more to the area. So besides, buried treasure that they've never found, they also have, of course, hauntings, a lot of cryptid encounters. They have a dog man out in that area, a lot of UFOs, light anomalies, unexplained deaths, a murderer that seems to be invisible. And on top of that, it is one of the areas of the most missing 411 people. They estimate that there's about 600 or so people missing.
That's crazy.
Just from the Superstition Mountains. Yes.
That's
in
a small
fact,
town.
So the crazy thing is that they said that on average, 4 to 5 hikers, and just the hikers, not the other people just walking in looking for the gold and stuff, disappear or die annually.
That's insane.
Yeah. So imagine that just racking up and racking up and racking up. Yeah. The whole area is crazy, and it has so many crazy great stories to go with it. It's on my list for us to do on Strange, because there's just so much great stuff.
Yeah.
There was they found the naked skeleton lady. She's like one of the weirdest mysteries in the area. They found her up in a cave in the Superstition Mountains, full skeleton because she'd been gone for so long, completely unclothed. But she had 2 bags. She had one bag in one hand that was full of camera equipment, and in the other hand she had a bag full of gold nuggets. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gold nuggets. No clothes. Up in
That's
a
wild.
Well,
in
it
a
wasn't
cave
robbery,
all by
obviously.
herself. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Maybe she pissed off a leprechaun.
Yeah, one of the biggest mysteries that came out of there is also missing 411. Back in the 1950s, some people stumbled across a huge camping area where there was multiple tents. It looked as if like a huge family or big group of friends had been camping together. Everything was laid out and ready to go. Breakfast was laid out. The campfire had been going. It had since burned out, though, but it looked like it was fairly fresh. The tents were clean. There was clothes inside of them. There was camping gear. Everything that you would think of to be set to have people in it. No people. They never found them. And on top of that, they did find a diary in one of the tents, and everybody's name was missing out of it. All of the addresses or anything that, like mentioned a place, ripped out.
So anything that would have said who was actually in that camp was gone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Yeah. But they estimate by the number of beds and stuff, there had to have been like 5 or 6 people in this camp, and they're all gone, and they don't know who they were to say who went missing.
Wow. It's wild.
Yeah, really strange. Yeah.
Enzo says those mountains around Phoenix are odd. A lot of them are actually extinct volcanoes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how you get all the caves up in the mountains. They're old, what do they call those? The
lava tubes?
Lava tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found a lot of those in Shasta.
Area. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which we'll talk about too. I'm sure Enzo's getting excited because we'll of course have to mention, poop grandma, robot grandma.
Well, yeah.
We haven't mentioned poop this time, so.
So
well,
I can tell you already, we are not going to get anywhere near close.
No, we're not.
We're already almost an hour in.
Yep. Well, we'll just make it a 2 or 3-parter, and
yeah, absolutely. I can recycle the graphics.
There you go.
There you go.
Always a good day.
They weren't bad this time.
There's a book out there. If you can find a copy of it, it's kind of hard to find. It's by a guy named Jim Brandon, and that's an alias. They don't even actually know who Jim Brandon really is. But he wrote a book called Weird America. And here we go. He wrote a book called Weird America, and it's nothing but high strangeness. It's just, page after page after page.
Here's the thing. A lot of these that we've picked are famous, but there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these places all around the world that nobody talks about. We're sitting in one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it is on the scale, but we've got UFOs, we've got cryptids, we've got ghosts, we've got light anomalies, we've got Bay activity, we've got frogmen of all things.
Yeah.
Which, they came down from Michigan. It's a nice area. I understand. Michigan's kind of, it's kind of crowded. You can come down here to Kansas, hang out in the river. Yeah.
Do. Got disappearing, reappearing houses and time slips and missing time and creatures, little people, ghosts. Tons of UFO activity because we're on the parallel. So
yeah, we're on the 37th parallel.
So yeah,
pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Pterodactyls. Yeah, I forgot about the pterodactyls. How could I forget the pterodactyls?
We're so used to them, we just forget.
You got to make your pterodactyl sound. It's so good.
Wow.
I'm not sure that's the one I was thinking of.
It sounded like somebody stepped on a cat.
Well, it happens every day at my house, so that's
Oh, okay.
Pretty something like that.
Enzo said once he gets the van built, we need to start getting some videos and stakeouts around your place. Yes, for sure.
I'm all for it.
Hey,
I need to get me a camper. I don't need to set it up like Enzo's deal, but Fat Boy don't get up and down off the ground anymore. If we're going to camp out, I'm going to have a bed.
This girl don't camp. Not anymore. I'm
That'll be next on our
enjoying it back in the day. When my boys were in scouts, I camped then. That's the last time I camped out.
You know how I used to camp? I had a big mid-70s Chrysler Newport. The trunk was so big that me, a friend, and a 48-ounce cooler still had room.
You know what I used to drive? I think I have you one upped on that, the size of a car. I used to drive a 1976 Olds 98.
Well, I mean, it's about the same size
It's
car. I mean,
huge.
they're a land yacht. That's what they
Mhm.
are. They're a land yacht.
Yep.
That's
Paid
all you need
$100.
as a
Actually, I
teenager.
was going to say I paid $100 for it. They wanted $100 for it. I asked them if they would knock off $5 so we could get gas. And so I paid $95 for it. Got $5 in my tank.
When $5 was actually a good amount of gas.
Yeah.
It was a half tank.
Yeah. All right, now that trip down memory lane is done. Sorry, we got in the weeds again, folks. You know how we
Squirrel.
are. Yes, the squirrel. We need a shirt with a squirrel on it.
We did.
We really do. So, let's see what I got next on my list. Have we talked about the Marfa lights?
We have not. That's a good
Marfa,
one.
Marfa lights are kind of cool. Let me scroll back up to that
Marfa,
over here in my
Texas.
notes. Marfa, Texas, USA. Not actually that far from here.
No, not really.
Because we're right in the middle of the country, so we're not too bad. It is one of the most famous ghost light traditions in North America. I mean, it's kind of like the Joplin spook light. It's often seen as distant glowing lights that appear, hover, split, merge, flicker, or drift across the horizon. They used to think that it was the trains coming down the track, but then they had a big flood. I forget when the flood was, early 1900s. Let me see if I've got it in my notes someplace. Anyway, all the trains were shut down, but the lights didn't. The town was without power. There was no lights. There was no trains. Nothing. But the lights were there.
It's pretty cool. Marfa lights are so reliable, I think is an actual word that you can put on them, that there is a area where there's a big sign up, that here's the viewing area for Marfa lights, and you can go out there on any given evening and watch them. It's kind of like Brown Mountain lights, they're pretty reliable too.
Yeah, the Brown Mountain lights are pretty reliable. That sounds like a road trip to me, girls.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
It does sound like a good road trip.
Makes me think of the Muppets. Moving right along.
and for those of you who have never been in a text group with us, anytime we talk road trip, that GIF comes up sometime by one of us.
It does.
I've probably got it on my phone now if I look.
Probably.
Yeah. So since Mark brought up the Marfa lights, I thought I told them backstage that to research this, I literally just grabbed a stack of notebooks and started flipping through them, and every time I found an area of high strangeness, I marked it. I have like 40 some right now. But in my quest for that, I actually found a listing that I had made a number of years back when we were studying light anomalies and spook lights. I found a huge listing of lights that have high strangeness in their area. So they had to have at least, besides the light anomaly itself, a UFO connection and a Bigfoot connection and a haunting connection. And I'm just going to list them really quick because you will be shocked at how many there are. Yeah. So
I won't be.
we have the Big Thicket or Lights of Saratoga in Texas, Brown Mountain, North Carolina, the Yakima Indian Reservation in Washington, the Gonzales Lights in Louisiana, the Gordon Light in Arkansas, the Hornet Spook Light in Missouri, or our Joplin Spook Light, Mount Shasta, Skinwalker Ranch, Silver Cliff, the Surrency Light in Georgia, the Paulding Light in Michigan, the Bragg Light in Texas, the Marfa Lights in Texas, the Oviedo Lights in Florida, the Marco Light in North Carolina, the Coal Mountain Light, the Scraven Spook Light, the Bridgewater Triangle, the Bingham Light, the Anson Light, the Hebron Light, the Illinois Central Light, the Cove County Light, the Vander Light, the Pactolus Light, the Thomas Divide Ghost Lights, the Somerville Lights, the Dover Lights, and the lights in the Superstition Mountains. All of them have all 4 of those. They have lights, ghosts, UFOs, and Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's crazy.
It is.
And so we fit right in. We've got a spook light historically.
Mm-hmm.
We do here outside of Caney. It's actually more towards, it's in the Chautauqua Hills area, but very near us.
Yeah.
We have what they call the Settlers Light.
Yeah.
Pioneers.
Pioneer
yeah,
light. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
It's very hilly out in the sand hills, and there were trails that you can actually still see that came down through the mountains of people passing through on their way. And there's a light that you can watch just after the sun sets that kind of travels down one of those trails and down the hill and then disappears. And they say, it's the old pioneers coming through. It's really neat. Little known, too.
Speaking of pioneer lights, Mark, I don't know if you know this. So when we were looking for, we were going through all of our photos, looking for stuff to use in ghost and photography a couple weeks ago for the Bordertown Strange show. And I ran across the picture that we took that day with Jess and her mom of the rock that got thrown at the car.
Mm-hmm.
I found the picture.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, we've got that right here in this area. We've got UFOs, 15 minutes one way. We've got Bigfoot, 5 minutes away.
Yeah. And, the Noxie Monster. Don't forget the Noxie Monster, the famous.
20
Bigfoot.
Minutes away. I mean, that's a big one.
It is. That's in John Green's book, the Noxie Monster is.
Yeah. And we've got ghosts all over town. Of course, you can't go anywhere without finding ghost stories, but we've got it all right here.
Yeah.
You go if you go east or west along this 37th parallel, this whole area is just crazy from coast to coast. But there's just a lot of it right here around here. I mean, Joplin, the Hornet Spook Light, it's on 37th parallel.
Yeah.
All this crazy stuff. So
cool.
It says add the
Longdendale
lights to your non-US list. It's where you had a weird encounter. It's where he had it. Okay.
We're adding it to our list. Look
we'll
up.
add it to our list. We can talk about it next time we're on here, because we're a good hour in and we're not going to finish.
Where is it in? Like
Longdendale.
I know, but like near him, or are we looking at a different?
He'll let us know here in a minute.
Okay. I'll look it up and add it.
Marvin's a big deal. I mean, like I said, they've always attributed it to cars or trains or whatever, and even without the cars and trains, it just keeps coming back. Next one on my list is Brown Mountain, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's really interesting about Brown Mountain? I know you're going to talk about it, but I got to throw this out because I'd never heard this before.
Go ahead.
So there's a group of people that are very well-known paranormal investigators that were out there watching the brown lights. And one of the people that was with them is actually colorblind, never saw the lights. Everyone else saw them, but the colorblind one did not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's something to that. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah. Isn't that fascinating though? I'd never heard that before. Ian said it's is it Derbyshire? Derbyshire? Derbyshire. UK, about 45 minutes from him. Cool.
Well,
we will have to look it up.
Maybe
Known as Devil's Bonfires.
Ooh. Maybe we could get Ian to come on here and talk about it.
That would be cool.
I mean, it's up to him. He could, or he could even just send us a clip.
Yeah.
Because this show is about participation. That's why we like doing the lives, why we like having everybody in the chats. So if you're listening to this on your podcast provider of choice, if you want to join the chats, please do get on here. Look for the Facebook group or the Facebook page. Find a link, get on here, and we're glad to have you. Just don't put anything too objectionable in the chat.
That's happened before.
We actually let somebody on here who wanted to talk and tell their story, and it ended badly. We had to delete.
And what
the
a story
episode.
did they have to
Oh
tell?
my
Yeah.
gosh!
The whole episode is now gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So this is really cool. The Inn's light that he said he saw. Legend and folktales hold that the lights are witches or spirits, or possibly omens of death or disaster. And according to one local story, the lights are the torches of the ghosts of the Roman soldiers who tramped across the moor every year on the night of the first full moon in spring. Really cool.
That's
neat.
pretty cool. All right. Well, Brown Mountain
I heard of that one.
in North Carolina, of course, is a classic American ghost light. Mysterious lights near the mountain in Linville Gorge, becoming widely known in the early 20th century. Witnesses described glowing lights on or near the mountain, often appearing under conditions that made them seem disconnected from obvious human sources. Like Marfa, Brown Mound became a folklore magnet because the lights were seen at a distance in rugged terrain. Once stories spread, the place gained a reputation that amplified later reports. What is this guy's name? George R. Mansfield has made one of the more decisive attempts to solve the High Strangeness location. According to the USGS report and later summary, he concluded the lights were best explained by a mix of train lights, automobile headlights, brush fires, and atmospheric conditions. The USGS still frames the case as a useful example of how superstition and observation can collide in a visually deceptive landscape. However, people still see them all the time. And they've been seen, as far as I know, I believe they've been seen for before there were a lot of cars or trains around to, to do that. But, I mean, that's always what you hear. It's car lights. It's headlights.
Yeah. It's the same with the spook light. But they were around back in the old Indian legends from the area.
Yeah.
So obviously there weren't cars then.
So, and it makes you wonder what causes it. I've always thought it was some sort of plasma, like ball lightning or whatever. Is there a magnetic anomaly that can cause these things to happen? I mean, I don't know. That's why people look at these things. It's really mysterious, and it drives so much speculation from both the scientific community, the fringe community, and teenagers. Teenagers are the worst. I know I've told you the story about the monkey's demon. I mean,
It's one of my favorites.
It's so
awesome.
And goats can be quite evil. So I mean,
they are.
They have evil-looking eyes.
They have evil-looking eyes, and they like to headbutt, and it's just not fun. They're cute and cuddly looking until you get in the pen with them, and then wonk.
Yeah. They're pretty rough. They can be pretty rough.
They can be pretty rough, especially the billies.
The guys that did the Haunted Objects live in Enid, they decided to turn their airplane tickets in and drive back, and they went all along Route 66, and they decided they've always wanted to look for the Joplin spook light. So they went out there and spent a couple of hours and got it on video.
Nice.
I've seen the video. It's
not
cool.
Fair.
I know.
I told Pam, I was like, we go out there and never get anything. And they go out there once and they have like a whole video. So not fair. This is our turf. Rude.
Right? Monkey's demon.
Which one? There's 3 of them, honey. So the original was an old 2-story house, and they had a bunch of goats. There was no windows or doors in the house, and so if you pulled into the driveway at night with your headlights, the goats would look up out of the windows, and you see all these red eyes looking out at you in the dark because they're very reflective, and it is quite creepy. But if you go out during the day, they're just goats. They'll come up to the field.
Demon monkeys.
They want to be fed. They're very
Take your
needy.
girlfriend out there to scare her, so she has to hold on to you.
Lots of people do that. And then it's moved a couple times. But the original one, the one that really scared people was the goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah. Arc City on the way to Aunt Roxy's on the left.
Okay, so that's a different one from the one I went to. It moved around. It really did. Every
Goats would pick it up and run.
had that name. Yeah. It seems like every high school class had a different location.
That's kind of like the Monster Bridges around Katy. Within 3 different decades, it's changed 3 different times. So, yeah. The one that Jess grew up with is different than the one I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it happens. That's why I said high school kids are the worst.
They are.
They are.
They'll take a story and they'll run with it. I don't know where it's at, but it's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one now.
And
Katie got a hangman's tree within just the last 10 years or so. We suddenly had one. We were all like, what? A hanging tree?
It was just an old elm that came up out of the middle of what used to be a highway.
Yeah, it did. Sure did.
Poor old
Elms
tree.
grow fast. I mean,
It's gone now.
I used to use it as a target back at when I went to sight in my rifle.
It got struck by lightning, and then
it's been set on fire.
Yeah.
It's been hit by lightning. It looked like a hanging tree by its end there. It was pretty
spooky.
rough.
Yeah,
It was pretty rough, but it was just an elm tree.
Well, it was perfect to have the folklore come up around it.
Yeah. And I can see where a lot of these places, especially if you're in a high strangeness area, where you've got Bigfoot sightings and UFO sightings and stuff, you can make up just about anything and people will believe it because weird stuff happens out there.
Yeah.
And this area where this hanging tree, quote unquote, was right where right where Pam's Bigfoot sighting was.
Yeah.
Lost Time episodes. The disappearing, reappearing house.
Yeah.
The cult field.
Cult activity.
Cult activity was out there, and it's not
which is
far.
a time slip too. People keep re-seeing old.
Yeah, the old cars and stuff out there.
And I wasn't the only one that saw Bigfoot right there either, because we found out years later someone else had seen it. It was probably
And
the same
wasn't the frog out there not too far?
Yeah, not too far
on the river on the other side of the bridge.
The Fae activity was not too far from there too.
So anybody who goes out there and looks, and this is right where the old town we're always talking about on the other side of the river, it was right there. I mean, you can walk out into the woods and find the foundations from right where we're talking about. But it's just crazy out there. It is. And so somebody made up a story about a hanging tree because it's just creepy as hell out there.
Yeah.
And all the weird stuff does happen.
I know of 2 different people decades apart that saw UFO activity right there too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
It's just it's
Both
literally
down
5 minutes. I can get in my car and be there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to go over 25 miles an hour to make it. I can bicycle there in 10.
Yeah.
If I don't have a heart attack.
That's where the kids used to go biking out there with their dad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really close.
So there's all these places all over the world, and we will never run out of them. I've just decided we are never going to run out of this. You know what? We just need to keep track of the ones we talk about this time.
Yeah.
we'll have a second show, but I'm feeling like we can, if we ever have a week where we don't have a lot of time to research, we've got enough stuff in our notes. Just throw another show together and just keep on going and going and going with all these high strangeness places. And we're going to have to do some deep dives on some of them.
You know,
But-
just while we were talking about this, I came up with like 4 more or 3 more that I hadn't even written down before. So yeah, we could totally make this a recurring
Yeah.
theme.
Yeah. Like I said, I just grabbed a pile of notebooks, not even all my notebooks, and
You've
just
been
started
researching this
tagging.
for years and you didn't even know it.
Yep.
And
Well,
that was just
it's
the one
kind of,
chicken-
it's our thing. High strangeness.
our thing.
Heck yeah. It's all connected, right?
it is all connected, and figuring out how I really sometime somebody's going to figure out exactly what one of these sites is, and then we're going to start backtracking through the rest of these sites and find out, oh, well, that should have been obvious.
Yeah, something's going to be proven. Yeah,
Yeah,
or disproven, one of the ways.
or both,
Yeah.
or both. And now I'm going to tell you, some of these stories are probably bupkis.
Oh yeah, there
Mhm.
always is, but there's
There
always a
always
grain
is.
of truth somewhere in all
Yeah,
of it.
I mean,
so
we've already discussed teenagers, high school students, and their penchant for, making stuff up. But often as not, it's made up because something similar really is out there.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So, it makes life interesting.
it does.
Life would be
Extraordinarily
so
interesting.
boring if it worked the way
I know.
everybody
That's
said
what
it.
I always say. I feel terrible for those people who don't believe in anything.
Mhm.
What a horrible, lackluster life they must lead to not have any kind of magic or wonder or curiosity in their lives.
Or
It
even
must
just
be
be
terrible.
curious about, I wonder why this is. I wonder what made this come about. Why people think this. You can't put the world in a box.
No.
The world doesn't fit in a box. And I don't know. I like to live my life outside the box. One of the best things that's ever happened to me was realizing that I was weird, and that was okay. And then
That's how we all found each other.
Yep,
Yay!
for sure.
I'm probably a little weirder than the two of you, though.
I don't know about that.
Well, you don't know? Okay, well.
I think we
not a
all have
contest.
our own type of weird.
Weird,
And we just mesh well.
right?
Yeah.
All right, that's fun. All right, so we've got a few more minutes. Do we get another small one we can do? And then we're just, I'm just going to call it right now. We're going to have part 2 in 2 weeks, where we're going to go
All
through.
Together. You're right, Enzo.
That's right. Enzo had no idea what he was getting into.
We did not.
He
You
did
can't back
not,
out
but
now,
you know,
dude.
You know what?
Wahaha.
He fits right in, and that's just fine.
He does.
He does. He
For
fits
sure.
right in. Actually, sometimes I think he's probably the sane one. No,
I don't
no,
know.
no.
Enzo say what?
I
Well,
don't know
not
what that
after
means.
hanging out with us weirdos.
I was gonna say, yeah. We've corrupted him completely.
Mhm.
Or, oh my, sound's not working. That's great.
No,
Oh
you-
well.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Yep.
playing some. I played a digital audio clip and it just didn't come out.
Oh no,
Oh,
didn't hear
I
that.
didn't hear
But
that.
yeah, my. For those of you who weren't here for that, we almost didn't have a show because my soundboard had a firmware update. It did not like the firmware update and it crashed, and then my
Yeah.
computer crashed along with it.
Yeah.
And so things are a little sketchy right now in the land of
Yeah.
technology.
It was very firm that it didn't like the firmware.
Yes, it firmly disliked the firmware, which I'm going to have to delete and retry.
Enzo said his weirdness depends on the whiskey levels.
I mean,
Not gonna lie,
I'm not going to lie, that could be a contributor.
it's those real porks that do it. Bong.
Ooh, that's like a real cork. It's one of the
Oh,
best
my
lines
goodness.
ever. All right. Do we want to do one more, or do we want to be done?
Let's do one more small one. We got a
Okay.
small one.
I do. So let's talk about Japan's suicide forest.
Oh yeah, we had a show about that not too
Yeah.
long. Well, it's been a while now.
Yeah.
About a year
That's
ago.
why I figured it'd be a nice short one, because we've kind of gone over it before in great detail. But just to remind everybody, so of course it's what it's known for is it's suicides. Even today, they have people that go in daily to look to find, if anyone new has wandered in. They have whole areas that are taped off, and it's a horrible thing that's going on in Japan right now. The the undoing rate, I don't want to get you taken down on YouTube for saying that too many times, is pretty high. However, the forest itself has so much more to it. It is also known for cursed and ritual sites all throughout. It's also known for these really weird, inexplicable cold spots that just pop up in the middle of the trails. It's known for its crazy disembodied voices. People say they hear footsteps. They have light and orb anomalies that kind of fritter around the area. It kind of reminds me of Fae activity just a little bit.
Right.
It's also extraordinarily bad luck to go into some of these places. They say if you walk into some of these areas, you come back out and you just have days and days and days of horrible bad luck. They also, of course, have hauntings and paranormal activity inside. They have shape-shifting trees. You'll walk through an area, turn back around, and the trees that had been there are now moved and slightly different, twisted a different way. They also say that they have magical places inside, and this is another Fae thing. If you walk inside of them, you'll disappear. Very Fae-like. They also have what they call the forest demon, and the forest demon's job is to go in there. People will go to hike in, and they'll leave a string behind them, pretty much like the Minotaur's maze, so that they can make their way back out. Something will cut the string. They'll make their way back to where the string was cut, and then they can't find the rest of the string.
Yeah, that's
Terrible.
freaky.
Yeah. They also have problems with missing time, lost time. They also have this really strange invisible creature that runs through there. They said you can feel it whip past, and you can see the branches move out of its way. And it makes this weird shrieking sound as it like drives past you.
Ugh.
Almost like a banshee.
Something like that. It also has an underground cave system underneath of that people go down into, and down there they hear whispers. They also say that the tunnels will change. You'll go in one way, and when you go to leave, it's completely shifted, and people get stuck down there for days and days. There's also apparitions down there, and they also report that weird shrieking invisible creature shooting through the tunnels down there.
Yep. And we did a whole episode on this, like I said, about a year ago. So if you go back through our back catalog, or you go to the YouTube channel, go to the live section and scroll down there, you'll find the episode in the lives. I need to figure out how to put those on the regular part of the channel. There's probably an easy way. I just haven't ever done it. But you just go to our Facebook channel and find the lives and scroll through there, and you'll find it either on here or the What If Tomorrow one. But I think that was after we had created the On the Fringe.
It was.
So
Yeah.
you should be able to find it on there.
Yeah.
So
Do you have it in playlists? Do you have the Fringe in a playlist? Or not?
oh, I should not. Now, if you want to just listen to it, go hit our go to Spreaker.com and check out our catalog, and you can listen to everything we've ever done, except for the one
Oh, boy.
episode.
That'll be a good time.
I ruined a perfectly good episode. I was just like,
It was a good episode up until then.
Yeah.
Well, we learned our lesson.
we
Yeah.
learned our lesson. We're gonna trust Ian if he wants to come on, but that's only because we know him.
Yeah, this guy was
No
just
poop.
somebody that had to stop by and made a comment and pulled in.
Yep.
We're all like, what? L?
Yeah,
What
it's
the
very
hell is that?
unsavory.
No, no, get it off.
Terrible.
All right. Well, I really, if we start another one, we're going to be on here a long time.
Come
There-
back for part 2.
Come
Yes.
back in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from tonight at 7 p.m. for part 2 of Global Hotspots, Unraveling High Strangeness with the gang.
The gang.
Scooby Gang.
Oh, I just copyright infringement right there. Well, I butchered it bad enough. Maybe not.
I think we'll be okay.
Probably so. Don't worry. If you don't like me butchering your language, I butcher mine just as badly.
Mm.
It always sounds so good in my head. I know we all have this. It sounds so, and then I try to put it out my
Articulate?
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
No, that's
Mhm.
not good at all.
I say lots of things that should have just stayed in my mouth. They did not come out the way they did in my head. Just people look at you like,
Oh,
Hanna-Barbera
Enzo.
will not be calling you.
Hannah. He's right. Enzo put up here, Hanna-Barbera will not be calling you. Although I do, I do a good, some Yogi Bear stuff. Hey, boo-boo, let's go get us a big egg basket.
It's uncanny, Mark.
Where's
I felt like I
Ranger
was
Sue?
right there in Jellystone Park.
Yes.
Well, he's kind of my hero with the picnic baskets and whatnot. And it's like,
That's awesome.
tear to my eye.
I was a Hong Kong Fooey girl.
Oh, yeah.
Enzo said, nope, phone is still silent. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
No, it won't be silent. It'll be, get our names out of your dirty mouth. All right. Well, 2 weeks. We're going to do this again.
We have so much more.
We've got so
Aw.
much. We could do 10 shows just on this stuff.
We can do
And not even cover everything good. So, with that being said, I'd like to wish everybody a good night, and we will catch you in 2 weeks. Oh, before I get off here, Bordertown Strange.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you guys going to
Oh.
talk about?
Strange
Next-
Kentucky.
Yes, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday at 7 p.m. We're gonna have Enzo on and Mark if he wants to come along, and we are gonna start diving into Strange Kentucky. I think we're gonna start with the Mammoth Cave system and start moving out.
Yep.
Oh my goodness!
I've
And
got
Jess.
my copy of Ancient
The Annals?
History, Annals of Kentucky.
Jess and I are actually going to be on another podcast Wednesday. Is it
Mhm.
live? I'm not even sure it's live.
I'm not sure if it's live. I will put out information on when we find out. We're being interviewed on a podcast out of Arkansas. They're mostly cryptids and stuff, but they're kind of like diving out. They said they found the strange and was really interested. So we're going to interview on there. And once we find out, when and how it's going to run, we'll put links out.
And it's my birthday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Touch Day.
Yes. Yeah.
Poor Pam.
Never heard that.
Nobody forgets your birthday.
They don't.
It-
And they're always like, it's your birthday.
I just paid the federal government, and I'm really not very happy about it.
Exactly. Thank you, Enzo. Thank you, Julie.
We love you no matter what day you were born on.
Yes. She was that little bit of brightness that landed on a sad day.
Exactly. And she's been brightening my life since 2012.
Oh my lord,
Aw.
y'all.
You should work for Hallmark.
Right?
I
Hallmark.
mean, it's in the name. Hallmark.
Yeah.
I mean, go to the
Silly
Hallmark. You're dumb.
Thank you, Tony.
I heard my teacher say that a lot. I don't know. Go to the Hallmark. Yeah. It happened a lot. Oh,
Good.
all right. Now that we're done with that silliness, I hope to see you all again here in 2 weeks for another exciting show about High Strangeness.
Yes.
Woo.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.